Alright, this is the center console unit for the car. Definitely needs a good cleaning, so we're gonna give it a spray and clear it and get everything all fixed up. The light actually surprisingly works, and the hazard switch works too. Fasten seatbelts light, I don't know if this is working or not, and I don't know if the DC power is working either. But you know, we'll get this thing all cleaned up. And then we've actually got an empty space for the radio, and we've got some ideas about what to do with that as well. So let's get started. Now, these old cars, there's a screw here that doesn't seem to connect anything. And I just wonder, like, what did that used to do? The inside of this, I don't know if it was battery acid leaking all over it or what, but mess. Alright, so let this dry. One of the things is all of this floppy vinyl we're gonna have to stick. So alright, so we're just gonna spray a little bit of this Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive from 3M, and we're just gonna spray it on these corners and sort of all this floppy stuff that's hanging around, and works pretty well, so give it a shot here. Okay, we're going to go with this Duplicolor black vinyl and fabric paint. Try to give this a little bit of a refresh. So far I'm not really happy with anything tonight. Let that go. Okay, here we are with our installed console unit. The vinyl fabric paint worked fantastic. You can see it's got a nice sheen to it, and the coverage is great. It hasn't peeled or doesn't have a speckled look to it or anything. It just looks like it's the original stuff. The courtesy light is working from one side anyway, and so that's the passenger side courtesy light. The driver's side courtesy light switch is out at the moment, and I'll be replacing that in a future episode. In addition, the hazard light switch here, which does work. So the hazard light switch actually says fan, so we'll be replacing this with an original hazard light switch as well. Interestingly, we also have a fan switch here. So I don't know, someone just needed a switch and they plugged that one in. Other things to note, we have a little this is the old cigarette lighter. This is just a little USB. I actually use these a lot. I use these in a lot of different car applications. This is nice because it tells you how much juice is in the battery once you hop in, and then when you turn it on, it quickly tells you that whether or not the alternator is working. So, you know, if the alternator is working, you should be getting about 14 volts usually, and typically, you know, after the engine's been running for a little while, the battery should be charged up to close to 13 volts. The other thing is, this is the stereo compartment. Don't have a stereo for it. Not planning to put one in. I'll talk about that in a minute. I bought some craft metal from Home Depot and just, I liked the little Union Jack design, so that's what that is at the moment. But actually I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to install a little cargo box here because it's a nice place to tuck your phone or whatever. So we'll definitely, you know, probably do that. The speaker hiding behind here is the original speaker. And it does work, which I'll talk about now. So like I said, there's no stereo, and what I really wanted for this little car was the ability to just kind of hop in and drive, and if I wanted music, I wanted to be able to use my phone, but I didn't want to have to deal with like a stereo with, you know, blinking lights and everything, and I didn't want to have to deal with like Bluetooth switches, like, you know, finding the auxiliary switch and all this stuff. It's a pain. So what did I do? I actually found this little Bluetooth receiver, and it's literally just this little tiny, it's got a little on-off knob with a volume.
Bluetooth mode.
So it turns on Bluetooth, and basically your device automatically will pick it up once it's been paired, which works very nicely. And I've actually got it hooked up to my computer over here, and so, you know, if I hit play, there we go. Yeah. Got a little John Denver playing right out of the music, or right out of the speaker. And I gotta tell you, I was really surprised that this 1979 speaker popped up and worked no problem when I hooked it up to this little Bluetooth receiver. So, yeah, it's pretty great. Super happy with how this came out. It's just one of those little things, you know? Just driving along, John Denver cranking. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So there you go. There is our center console project. A little bit more to do with it, but generally speaking, really happy with it. Sometimes it is the little things.